Hello students, welcome back. So now I will show you how you can deploy a RAG application on the cloud. So this is my RAG application. So essentially what it does is basically answers questions from the user. So let's say the users ask a question: who founded Oxford Academy? The question gets converted into some kind of vector. This is called embedding vector. It performs some type of search from the vector database. This vector database has been populated by the PDF, and then this result goes to the large language model, and the large language model produces the answer. So this is the general idea of your RAG. Okay, so the first thing I did was I prepared my project. So I have a rag app directory. Inside this directory, I have these three main files: app.py, ragcore.py, and also requirement.txt. I've explained these files before to you. Also, I have a .env file. This is optionally because this is only for my local environment. And my requirement file contains these particular packages, Python packages, all of them. Okay, so first thing you did was what I did basically, I pushed my code to the GitHub. So I ran this command, and that command actually pushed all my code to the GitHub. I'm assuming that you know how to push your code to the GitHub. So come over here. So this is my GitHub right here. And so this is where the code resides. So over here, you can see that there's an app.py, there's a ragcode.py, there's a requirement, and also there is this document. I'll be going through this document. I'll be reading this document through the rag. Okay, so next step, let's just come over here. So I push the code. Then I'm going to deploy on a Streamlit cloud. So this is my URL that I'll be using. So you can just copy and paste. So let me just come here and where is that? Ah, there you go. So I'm going to copy this and paste it over there on your browser, and that's going to take you on your to the URL, and paste it, enter, and there you go. So this is how your page looks like. This is how the page looks like in my case, and I'm pretty sure this is also going to look like in your case too. So they also have some templates over here. We're not going to be doing the template. We're going to be creating our own application. It even gives you a little hint over here: create your first app now. So let's go ahead, click on create app. And so what do we like to do? So there are three options. Is giving you deploy a public app from the GitHub. That's what we're going to be doing. Also, you can deploy a public app from the template, or you can deploy a private app in a Snowflake. So we're going to be doing from a GitHub. So go ahead, click on this. And now it's going to ask you, what's your repository? So my repository is over here. It's a YouTube repository. So come over here, and actually it's this one, ash322, ash422, YouTube. So I'm going to be using that repository. So I'm assuming you know these things, like how to read a repository, how to understand, how you read those GitHub repository. So type ash322, ash422, backslash YouTube. All right, so that's my repository. It's a main repository. What's the name of the application? So it even picks up the application from for you from here. If you want, you can pick the application from here, or you can just come over here. I already know my application. This is the application. So I'm just going to copy this. And you can also get this application directly from the URL from here. So just by looking at the URL, you can tell it's GenAI Week 6 deployment on Streamlit RAG app, and then you put this app.py at the end. Okay, come back over here. Now this one, yeah, this one right here. So just remove this and paste that file. There you go. All right, and now we're gonna go to advanced settings. So this is the URL it created. So anybody now can access your application. Once you deploy it, anybody will be able to access this application through this URL. So let's go to advanced setting. So click on advanced settings. And so here I'll be adding my OpenAI API key. So this is the key that I'll be using right here. I actually created this API key already before. So paste this API key. All right, this is good. So make sure you click on save after this and just wait for it. All right, so this is done. And now you can actually add some your own or URL too if you want, but it's going to tell you whether domain is available or not. So I'm just going with the default. So click on deploy and just wait for it. This could take some time. Okay, so my application is deployed and is successfully running over there. So now anybody can access this application. So you can actually just copy this URL and give it to your friends, and your friends will be able to access this application from their home. Anybody on the web, now they can access this application. Okay, let me increase the size now. So let's go ahead and load that file just to see if it's working. So browse the file, click on browse file. And so this is the file, document Luxford Company, the one I just showed you a minute ago. Let me just show this file again in case if you guys are curious what's in it. So this is the file, and this file actually essentially contains some private information about a company. So let's say there's a company called Loxford Technology. I just made this up. It contains all this information, and we're going to be asking questions about this document. So this doesn't have to be just this company. This could be your own private database, or your own private information. So it gives you all this information. So whatever question you ask is going to answer that question based on what's present inside this document. All right. So come back over here. I'm going to load that document. So where is that? Not this one. There it is. So browse the file, and this is the one document, Loxford Company. Open it up, and that's going to load the file. All right, file is processing PDF. All right, PDF processed and stored in vector database. That's great. Now let's ask a question. So the question I'll be asking, let's start with something simple. So come back over here, and okay, okay. Who is the current CTO of Loxford Company? So I want to know this thing. So copy this and paste this question over here, right here. Now let's see if we can find the answer by reading the document, by reading the PDF file directly. So based on the PDF file, there you go. The current CTO is Anika Lomax. There you go. So the current CTO is Anika Lomax. So let's see if our Streamlit application, if our RAG system is able to find that answer for us. So who's the current CTO of Loxford Company? All right, hit enter and wait for it. And so it retrieved these chunks, and these chunks, after it retrieved, these chunks were sent to the large language model, and the large language model gave me the response. This is my response right here. The current CTO of Loxford Technology is Anika Lomax. Great. So that's the right answer. Let's ask another question. How many professionals it employs? So copy this, come over here and enter. And while this is answering, let's just see what the correct answer is. So come back over here. How many professional it employs? There you go. The company employs over 850 professionals, including engineers, data scientists, and consultants. All right. So let's see if it gives us the right answer. Oh, there you go. Loxford Technologies employs 850 professionals. That's great. So again, this was a retrieved chunk. Okay, you are from the vector database, and this chunk along with the question went to the OpenAI model, and based on this chunk in the question, it answered this question. That's great. Let's change the question a little bit. I'm going to change the wording. My question now is, how many people are currently working here? So let's see if it's still able to answer that question. I'm just curious. All right, and thinking, you can see, all right, and it employs 850 professionals. All right, great. So still answer the question. So, all right. So I hope this session helps. And now this is running over here. So you can give this URL to anybody, and your friends now, they can access this application from anywhere in the world. Thank you.